What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back reacting to even more of your comments. And yeah, I don't think you're going to be disappointed in this one. Let's get into it.
Joseph Stalin. It's a good start. He says, only a dumb loser can fall for this lie. The most corrupt football league on planet Earth will never allow Spurs to go down. You can bet your house and your bank account on it. It's just nice PR, but it's a nice PR campaign, not to mention the bookies who made a fortune from all the fools who fell for this garbage lie. Everything written above is an undisputed fact.
What video was this on?
The stats video, I think, about our chances of staying up.
They are doing their best to send us down. They want us down. They want the story.
It's all PR, mate. It's already decided we're staying up. It's just the bookies are getting loads of bets on Tottenham to go down because of how we're perceived to be.
And but we're the favourites to go down. Surely, if they want to make the most,
they've made their money.
Up the odds.
Now it's time for the ascent.
Okay. Now they're going to swoop in and save us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So this is just the storyline. Make Spurs look like they're going down. And then when it all seems lost, a saviour's going to come and save the day.
Exactly.
The storylines are written before the season even started.
It's all just a lie. It's all one big conspiracy. The Premier League is the most corrupt league on the planet, and it will never allow Tottenham to go down.
The most corrupt. Have you seen some of these leagues?
Bet your house and your bank account. You heard it here first. Joseph Stalin.
That's what Roy Keane said. Roy Keane said it.
He did. Well, is this Roy Keane? It's Roy Keane been commenting under the
Roy Keane says, get all the money that you have and put it on Spurs to stay up.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
Maybe
he knows something we don't. D Squared said, complete clownery from you two. Stats mean nothing in a relegation battle. The will and want to win football matches apply. Common sense, I taught. Clownery from us.
Absolute
Stats
clownery.
Mean nothing in a relegation battle.
Stats might mean nothing in a relegation battle, but that's the only thing we have to go on, and that's the only thing that you can analyse going into each and every game.
I can't analyse the will and want to win.
You can't analyse that.
No, you can't quantify it with numbers, but
no, exactly.
You can see it with your eyes. What about the eye test? That's more important than stats, isn't it?
It is.
And the eye test says we're going down.
The eye test, on the evidence of the Brighton game, the eye test says we're getting better.
True.
Let's go on the vibes. Let's go on the eye test. No, I thought Spurs actually played better than West Ham on the weekend, so the eye test suggests that Spurs could be staying up.
Well, it suggests we had a one better game.
Yeah. In the second game
we
under
needed
De
more than
Zerbi.
one game, surely.
New manager bounce.
New manager bounce. Maybe finally getting one. Kem Mehmet says, if Tottenham were more like Ben and not Sim, they wouldn't be in the situation they are. You know his favourite phrase as a kid was, I'm telling mum.
Well, that was my favourite phrase.
No, I think he's saying my favourite phrase. I mean, yeah. What are you talking about?
It's true.
I wasn't telling mum anything.
It's true.
It's not true. What's he on about anyway? More like
he's saying be more like Ben. That's what he's saying.
In what sense? Why would Tottenham not be in the situation
more like
Tottenham
Ben?
Were more like Ben? Why?
If Tottenham were more like Ben, they would never be there would never be any issues.
No, if Tottenham were more like me, we would have kept Ange, and we wouldn't be in this situation right now.
If Tottenham were more like me, we would still have Pochettino as manager.
Sowing the seeds of doubt in the fan base. That
we would never have hired Ange if it was up to me. We would still have Pochettino.
Oh, I was in favour of keeping Poch.
Yeah, but you wanted Jose.
Not in expense for Poch. You wanted De Boer. Was it De Boer? No, not
Nagelsmann.
No, not Nagelsmann. There was another one you wanted.
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag, that was it.
Yeah, but my first pick was Nagelsmann, man. I wanted Nagelsmann.
I want you to be more specific, Ken. What do you mean by being more like Ben? In what sense? Anyway.
The people know. You can never hide.
One person knows. Doesn't know. He thinks.
Big up to Mehmet. Big up to Mehmet.
Mononymous says, stop trying to predict outcomes, especially with that nonsense SC, I think stats chart maybe he means. Football has a funny way of throwing curveballs. It's probable it will go down to the last two games, most likely the last game, which is entertaining. But he says, stop trying to predict outcomes.
Entertaining for who? Entertaining for everyone outside of the people actually involved. So yeah, I'll give you that.
He says, stop trying to predict outcomes.
I can't
stop
stop.
trying.
You just can't.
We have a
like,
whole prediction show.
riddled with anxiety going into the.
Just stop.
These last 5 games of the season. I can't do anything but look at the fixtures and predict what's actually going to come.
Unfortunately, we can't just snap our fingers and be at the next game. There's a whole build up to it, and we got to talk about it. What are we meant to do? Just not predict? Why not? It's the whole fun of it. The whole fun of football is you predict what's going to happen and you see if you're right. That's half the fun, isn't it? Mm-hmm. David.
But I was saying that football is full of all these curveballs. You never know what's
100%.
around the corner.
Changes
Just because
very
we've
quickly.
been shit for the whole of 2026 doesn't mean we're going to be shit for the next 5 games.
Yeah, you're the worst team in the world one day, you're the best team in the world the next day. That's the nature of football. Although we've been the worst team in the world for a long time.
It is.
David QU4FP says, if we don't beat Wolves and Everton don't beat West Ham, we are done. Simple. Bye-bye Premier League. And it's all down to the owners and the Muppets they have in charge. You broke this club and you have no respect for the players. Treat them like crap. Sell or send out on loan. I, as a fan, hate them all for what they've done to my Tottenham Hotspur.
I think that is spot on, down to a T. I agree wholeheartedly with everything in that comment.
What if we draw and West Ham lose?
We've gained a point.
We're getting a point, so it's not done necessarily. What if we both lose? It's not done.
If we lose to Wolves, though, it's just what
message
it's
is sent out,
exactly. You know what I mean? This is the easiest game we have from now to the end of the season on paper.
Can't
We're
win this
playing
game.
bottom of the league. So after kind of that positive performance against Brighton, even though we didn't get over the line and it was gutting at the end, to back that up with a loss against Wolves, and you're looking at it being like, we're really not going to win a game for the rest of the season, are we?
No. Yeah, I think that's kind of what that implies. Albeit, if we maybe draw having played well, and West Ham lose, all of a sudden there's still that little bit of hope. But I kind of agree. If you can't win this game, I got no hope that we can win any other game. That's the reality.
I say that
you
now,
never know.
but, I'll find hope from somewhere.
For sure.
Find hope from somewhere.
Who's our next game? Villa.
Yeah.
It'll be,
European football.
Yeah, we'll say if we beat Villa, if we don't beat Villa, then it's done.
Yeah.
Then then it'll be going to Leeds, and it'll go until it's mathematically done for sure.
Yeah.
Bonjour, it's ready, says, people who label celebrating survival as embarrassing need to give their head a wobble. Imagine going through weeks, months of uncertainty and clowning and anguish only to then have it all alleviated when safety is confirmed. Of course you're going to be delighted, even if it's just for a day when it's fresh. The celebration police are parasites within football.
I'll tell you what, it is embarrassing to celebrate survival.
Give your head a wobble, mate.
It is embarrassing.
Give your head a wobble.
As Tottenham Hotspur fans, for a long time, we've not been anywhere close to relegation battle. We've been, consistent top 4, consistent European football over the last 10, 15 years, won the Europa League last year. That's what you call a celebration, winning a trophy and winning the Europa League. If we survive, I'm just going to breathe the biggest sigh of relief.
No, you're not going to be happy even for a day, an hour?
I'll be happy that we've beaten this thing, but it's not even
celebrate?
real happiness. It's not real happiness that we've beaten it. It's just relief. That's what it'll be. I might celebrate out of relief, but I'm not going to celebrate out of happiness.
Give your head a wobble, he says. Give your head a wobble. Richard P6V7Z says, it's crazy. I still believe we can do it.
It's not crazy.
But there's nothing to suggest that we can go on any kind of run of wins. If De Zerbi had a few more games, I'm certain we'd stay up. But unfortunately, Frank, followed by Tudor, has effed us. I still think things are against us. Wolves are now relegated, so we'll play with no pressure. Chelsea will sack Rosinha, which they did, so improve and so will improve massively. Even Villa will probably hammer Forest in the first leg, so no need to rest players against us to make sure they are clear in the top 5. So you just said you believe we can do it, then list of all reasons why we won't. Doesn't sound too confident.
That sounds like me every stream.
Look, at the moment, it's getting to the stage where it's crazy to believe we're going to stay up with all the evidence. But then again, there are signs, and it's all about whether we can build off them. It's all well and good having good performance, but if we don't follow it up, it means nothing, doesn't it? That's the truth. So I think we'll learn more. We learned something about the team against Brighton, and we'll learn more about them against Wolves.
Yeah.
And if we don't follow it up, then
go do the business this weekend. And I think if Spurs win this weekend, regardless of West Ham's result, I think a lot of Spurs fans will start to believe.
in terms of Chelsea sacking Rossignol, improving our chances or decreasing our chances? How does it affect us?
In my opinion, it's decreased our chances to beat them.
Even if it's just interim manager?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think...
We saw how when Lampard was interim, how bad it was.
It's true, but I don't think it can get worse than what Rossignol was.
True.
How can it get worse than that?
I'll be shocked if it does get worse, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think I was praying that Rossignol was going to stay in for the Spurs game. I really was, but to be fair, Forest have him as well, so it works both ways.
True.
So we'll see. I do think Chelsea's... I don't think they're going to go on this crazy run. They're not going to get European football or anything like that. I still think we're going to see a poor Chelsea, but I just think we're going to lose to them.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually how it's written, isn't it? Belgrade Wanderer says, Spurs being linked with a player older than 25. Sim, I'd prefer us to go for someone younger. DiCaprio FC. DiCaprio FC. God, well, what are these allegations I'm having to...
What player was he talking about? Who were we...
No idea. Robertson, maybe?
Nah, it can't have been Robertson.
I think so. That's the only one I remember talking about in that way.
Maybe it is.
It depends who it is. I don't always necessarily say I want to go with someone younger. But then...
You were quite positive on Robertson.
Yeah, I thought so. I don't know. But then if people always say like, if you go for someone older, they're too old, whatever. I don't know.
Forget age, man. Just get
matter.
good players through the door. Exactly. Doesn't matter what age they are, as long as they can have an impact at the football club.
Exactly. I think everyone's always been too focused on that kind of element of it all the time. Oh, he's too close to 30, all this kind of stuff, and no, we shouldn't get them. It's all about just getting the right players at the right times, and the right profiles who fit your team.
Yeah.
13 Shades Leia says, if Lange actually keeps his job at the club in any capacity, it's the worst in a long line of travesties.
It will be. If Lange is here next season, it will be a travesty. How is that guy potentially keeping his job going into next season? I have no idea. He's made a pig's ear of this season, man. And it's a sackable offence by far.
And if he comes in as joint, if he stays on as joint sporting director, what are we actually paying him for? We've had to bring in someone because you can't handle the job. So what are we paying you for? What is he here doing?
Well, we started off this season with him sharing the job with someone.
Yeah.
So what was he here for at the beginning of the season anyway?
Oh, I think at that point we weren't so... Yeah, we were kind of not crazy about him, but I don't think we were as down on him as we are now. I think at that point it was like he's done an okay job getting in some of the younger ones. Obviously, we want Fabio back because he's going to do the job for the main team. So it kind of makes sense. He carries on recruiting the younger players, and Fabio takes on the first team. But at the end of the day, Fabio obviously got disenfranchised with the whole situation at Tottenham. He's ended up leaving, so Fabio's now Johann's taking up all the slack again. But we know he can't handle that. So now we're in a situation
that's our kind of thinking and the fans thinking, like from the club.
Well, yeah, so that's what he was given. He was given job of the young players.
Yeah, it's true. But like, if you're demoted and then promoted and demoted again, it's just like, surely for your own self-respect, you just walk away.
Yeah, I think at this point, it's no good him being here. The fans don't want him here. He keeps clearly the club don't trust him because they keep wanting to replace him. So what's the point?
Exactly.
BB5979 says, I think scapegoating Moani. I think the scapegoating of Moani is a joke. His movement creates problems. He makes good runs behind. Ben is so ridiculously harsh on him.
Get him out. Seriously, what does Moani do? Like,
runs in behind, create space.
This is not scapegoating. This is not scapegoating at all. He is a terrible footballer. He really is. He's brought in to score goals. He scored one Premier League goal all season in a game that we lost 4-1. Like, seriously, like, he is really bad. And I'll be happy not to see him again for the rest of the season. I really would.
You're being so ridiculously harsh. Very ridiculously harsh. I think we're going to see him again on Saturday,
Probably.
to be honest. I think we're going to see him again on Saturday.
And look, if he performs from now to the end of the season, I'll happily eat my words and I'll happily be proved wrong. But from the moment he joined till now, he's had a handful of good games in the Champions League. and that's about it, really.
Yeah, you can't even count on one hand probably the amount of times he's played. Probably can't even count on 2 fingers the amount of times he's played well in the Premier League. Can't remember too many. How many good performances has he had in the Premier League?
I can't think of any. I seriously can't think of any. Like, there is just so many times. And he gets on the ball a lot as well. And he's just like running in to blind alleys, running into people, trying to take on the whole team on his own at times. It's just like, what does he even provide for the team?
Yeah, nothing I can think of. He's just been a disaster.
Yeah.
I've always got the feeling he just hasn't wanted to be here this whole time. I don't think he has.
Because he hasn't. Because he's already rejected us last year. And then he's come here because he's got no other options.
I think he'll find his way back to Juve.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Good luck to him. All right, well, those are your comments for today. We'll be back tomorrow. It is preview day to look forward to another game in the Premier League. 3 points are coming. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always, come on you Spurs.